So yeah, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Shy, man. Paper Money 24, where we try to bring you the rawest and the realest and the latest. Right. So I'm just gonna try my hardest to try to figure out a solution, right? To a potential problem. So yes, as you can see, I'm using my boy Hassan Campbell face, right? And right now, like he said, he has the internet on fire. He has the internet on fire. A lot of times he brings up some real good and real relevant points. Some things deserve to be addressed immediately. He's a real one. He likes to bring up real topics, but he wants the situations addressed in real time. And I can really understand what he's saying because the state of the emergency of the world right now, we have to try to save as many soldiers as possible, right? So I can hear his cry, and why he feels how he feels, especially if you're a soldier from the streets and you don't put so much work in and so much time, and you start to think like, man, the people under me don't deserve to have to go through what I went through, because I done did it. I done been through enough for everybody. So I understand your cry, right? But it's not what you say, it's how you deliver it, right? Because sometimes you can make statements that could be high risk and putting yourself in a situation where we might lose another soldier. And ain't nobody saying you soft. Ain't nobody questioning your gangster, brother, right? But what we really do is we need you to just pull back so everybody is getting the message and the point that you're trying to make. You cannot forfeit this platform by doing something stupid, because it's going to be hard for another colored man to get this type of hype and get this type of opportunity to perform on this type of platform. And with you having that opportunity, we need you to extend as much of the prominent information that we need in order to get the message across, right? And I see the situation with J.Prince, right? You have a goon with an army behind him, right? And he don't just have an army, he got money and power too, right? And instead of instilling some type of principles, morals, and values in his soldiers, right? He's using and manipulating his soldiers to kill their own brothers and sisters, their own kind. See, that's where we butt heads at, Mr. J. Prince. And that's where a lot of people are upset with you at, Mr. J. Prince. The fact that people have to call or check in with you. And when they do and they still die, and you got the power, right? That puts you in a bad place. I don't care what you say, sir. When you tell somebody they gotta come to your state and check in with you to make sure you safe, or you not sure about their safety, and they actually do what you say and they die, you gotta own that. You gotta eat that. You want to expose the problems that Offset is having with his family issues to save the fact that the man was in your care when he died. Forgetting the fact that you have a army in that state of all black soldiers. And they doing a lot of killing. And there's a lot of his own kind dying, man. And ain't nobody really respecting that. And I know you kind of feel some type of way because you're hearing this from a bunch of New Yorkers, right? But we not really used to a person having that kind of power, destroying everything, especially when we're doing everything we can. So then we got to get into the fact that, you know, we always want to try to make sure that we're making excuses for our brother. You know, that stops us from being so quick to judge him. That stops us from being so quick to point the finger at him. That stops us from looking at the inconsistencies so fast. So sometimes we got to make excuses for our own brothers, right? And I will extend one of my excuses for my other brothers, because when you are dealing in commerce and you change your lifestyle and you want to do good in corporate America and you take on the attribute of a journalist, right? Sometimes as a journalist and doing journalism, you have to hear people out. You have to listen to both sides of a situation in order to give some good and meaningful feedback, right? So I don't know or understand if Wallo and Gillie had an opportunity or they measured their opportunities where they could intervene and try to do damage control in that video, right? But when you are giving people that opportunity to come on your platform and interview, you have to give them an opportunity to get what they say out. Now, sometimes people say the wrong things in an interview, right? And it just happens like that, and you'll be judged for that. But I'm not going to put all of that on the two young brothers out of Philly only because their profession right now is journalism. And sometimes it's hard to interfere with somebody's ideology of what the streets codes are, especially when you're from the streets. So if you have a person with this kind of influence sitting in front of you and they making such derogatory statements about another brother of your kind, and you might want to intervene, but sometimes when they throw a hard denomination and like paperwork, for instance. So now with the paperwork being involved, now you're stuck, right? Balancing the fence because you like, well, I can't do that because now the code of the street says that if there's paperwork involved, then that person is wrong, right? So you can't intervene at the proper time. But what happens is you can't correlate the two. You can't correlate the two. We're dealing with the murder of a child. And whatever paperwork you got that has anything to do concerning that, that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. We're addressing the fact that you show no regards. You show all disregards to a black star killed in your presence, right? And he's not the first black star or first black American man successful to be in your presence or in the presence of mob ties and die. It's not the first time, right? And if you can't do nothing about it and you can't change nothing about it, having all the power and influence that you got, that means you be in control, homie. You can't stop it. You don't want to stop it because you can't stop it. People tell you what to do and what not to do because you know the right thing to do and you won't even do it and you got kids. Because if something happened to J.Prince Jr., I'm going to take the same stance for that black man. And I don't know nothing about him. That's your son. I can imagine how you going to feel. So, Haas, you can't try to save a person that don't want to be saved. He's older than you. He older than me. He know the right thing and the wrong thing. He's a boss of a mob. We know it don't make no sense. You don't go under the J.Prince crew, the Mob Ties crew, and still get killed. That's an inside job. Somebody said it's okay to shoot. Somebody said it's okay to bring your gun. Somebody knew what was going to happen. We ain't stupid. But the fact that you show no regards to a slain black man, man, just shows that you got everybody black in your target, man. You got everybody black in your target. You that's mean. That's vicious. And I'm out. Paper Money 24.